Hi. In a number of videos I want to show you what the ultimate automation tool is, what you can do with it, and how you can do things. But first, in this video I would like to show you how you can install the ultimate automation tool. So on the GitHub repository you have a wiki, and there's an installation page, and there you see an example Docker Compose file. The automation tool is best, easiest way to install it is through Docker. You can compile it yourself or run it. If you're an advanced programmer, you can do it. Otherwise, the Docker way is the easiest way. So this example includes the Home Assistant application. It's easy for now, so I can demonstrate things. Normally you would only copy this part and install it. But for now I will take also Home Assistant application, so I can show the integration with it. So I will copy this, then I will save it to a folder. Over here I have a demo folder, and I will name it Docker, let's see how I should call it, Docker, I can even copy it. Oh, it's the wrong Docker. And I will save it. So now this is saved to a file, and you see Docker Compose file. Now we can install it through the command line, and you issue the command Docker. Of course you first need to install Docker first, but I assume you already have. Docker Compose up, and this is not necessary now. And if it's, and now you see there's the demo, that's the folder where it was created, and they have Home Assistant application and the ultimate automation tool. You can go there and you see this is the application. I will come back to that later. So we now don't need this anymore. Now I will need to set up Home Assistant, because it's a clean installation of Home Assistant, and I will do that quickly. You already would have it installed. Using Robert. Just a demo. So, and yes, next, finish. So this is an empty. So now the first thing you need to do is create a token. This is how you can connect the ultimate automation tool to Home Assistant. Before I do that, we will just create a simple helper just for demonstration purposes. I will say a boolean, it's a toggle, and it's a bool1, just as a test, and let's say an input number, just for the heck of it. Input number, not just a number, number, and I will say number 1. It's very creative, not. So now we go to create a token, security, so you go to, it's your name, your login name, go to security, and then you create a token, long-lived access token. Name is automation tool, and now you need to copy this, because it will, I think, only show once over here. So now we go back to our application, and the first thing we want to do is create a client. So this now a Home Assistant client, so we can connect it to Home Assistant. So add client, which type. There are several. You can also use MQTT, like say if you have a Homey or other system you want to automate. but for now it's Home Assistant. So enable it, yes. The name, we call it Home Assistant. And the host, well, you saw in the Docker file, it's in the network called HA, so that's the Home Assistant, so it can connect. So that host name, and a token, I just copy that one, it's okay. And it's connected. So now we are in business, and we can explain a bit about the Ultimate Automation Tool. So first, what you saw, we need to have clients. So they can be generic, that's to hold variables, timers, and Home Assistant. And you can have MQTT, an SQLite database. And you can have multiple Home Assistants, by the way. Then you have the automations. Well, these are the basic stuff. So that's you give the name, the type of automations. I will show you in a later video all the types of automations. But for now, there's a state machine. It's the easiest way to program, I think. Free scripting, so you can just program everything you want. It's just really all code. And flow, it's like Node-RED or let's see, the Homey has. We will show that in a later video. And you have a script language. For a state machine you need a little bit of scripting, so you can use C#, JavaScript, Lua or Python. And you have sub-automations, again, will be in a later video, and if it's enabled or not. Let's just create, I'm not going into too much detail, so I will say demo, state machine, just type, so for now state machine, I will JavaScript. Library will be shown later what that is. It's not really the issue right now. So sub-automation, no. Enabled, not yet. So because I want you to show you this screen, let's see, start, it doesn't really matter, and state, and finish, so okay, and return true. We should just say false, so we'll never go to that state. So, and let's save it. I'm going quickly through this because I only want to show you the screen and not how you create an automation. That will be in a later video, so don't worry about this, what I'm doing now. And it will say enable, say yes, and I will save. See, now it's running, it's in the state start. So what do we have here? Over here we have variables, locals, intermediate, and automations are all in a separate, running in a separate container. They're isolated and they all have their own environment. So this is JavaScript. So I can just type var x as 10 and I press execute. You see there's a local x. It's not a variable, but it's local in the context of JavaScript. It's a variable and it's different than this one. These variables live over here and are connected to a client. So if going back to this one, so how do we program? So before we start an automation, we can have code ready, script, and that will be in this one over here. And we have system methods, how to can create a variable, and since we also have Home Assistant, we have added method over here now too. So let's say that button, or maybe just a global variable, and this is the generic, so we can, over here there's an example, we can just copy that one. Say var variable is create variable. And now save, it's running, and now we see we have a variable and the value is not set. And if you go to the automation, you also see over here the variable. So these are variables, it can be persistent, so if you restart the automation, it loads the value, the previous value, or not persistent, then it will have the default value of undefined or null. It depends. You can also say 10. So that's, but the variable exists, so it won't get the new value, but you can set the value all in a later video. So, and over here you have a log. So that's this screen, and that's all for every type of let's say test flow. So that's flow language, whatever, C# again. Okay. And over here you can add step, what step, and maybe set automation, can have variable read, a timer, well, whatever. And over here you can have libraries, and libraries can be just functions you create, and you can reuse them over the automations. And that's I will show that in another video. So, but that's the installation and a quick overview of the Ultimate Automation tool.